It's me. Kokumatapelo, Baba Nyoga Wesiziba, a prophet and indigenous healer based in the south of Johannesburg. I know it's been a while, guys. I'm trying to get some sunshine. Even I've got a light. Haha. I'm here to fix the country. I'm here to fix the country. So I will be talking about today something that I come across a lot in my consultations, or things that have been picked up in other people's consultations, of course not my own, about self-initiation and when you must go to initiation. This is for people that are gifted with indigenous gifts, where you've been told that you are gifted to be a healer. When is it that you go in to initiation to Ntwaso, or when is it that you know that you are to self-initiate? I get a lot of people with these questions because they've been told that yes, you've got a gift, yes, you've got ancestral spirits, yes, there are processes in which you need to undergo, but nobody must take you through them. You must take yourself through them. And the painful thing I see is people coming here with problems of stagnancy, wherein their things are not moving. There's little progression, there's little movement. They can be sick, they can get all the symptoms of a person zomuntu onesipho sabantu abadala, but now they are stuck because they've been told that they need to self-initiate. So that's what I'll be going through today. And from today forth, then I will start discussing the spirits, which is something that you guys have been asking me for a while to do. I've just been obviously, same story. I've been busy. I've been tired. But also, I've just been waiting for the spirit to allow me to be able to continue the work with the videos, and they are now allowing. Okay, so we get different types of healers. Now I'm talking about healers, right? I know in terms of Stunywa, you get the same concept in which people say that you can raise your angel. And I do not dispute that. Let me just get this Stunywa out of the way in terms of this self-initiation. I don't dispute the fact that you can self-initiate your angel, right? What is important when you self-initiate Stunywa is that you have clear channel and communication in terms of messages that you get through your angels. Number 2, all of the instructions you can carry out on your own. I'm not gonna lie, guys, and say that everything needs the help of another person, but some things they might, and some things they do. I know of mediums and baporofeta babangwe that did not go through any sort of initiation. When you are the one choosing that you want to self-initiate, that's a different story. I do not encourage it, because you are going to take all the ingredients from YouTubes and TikToks and kill yourself, and at the end you don't get the result that is required because you don't know what rituals and steps need to be done. Someone that needs to self-initiate in general is somebody that will immediately have steps that they have been told that they need to do, step after step, until the end of the initiation. Listen to me carefully. All right, we do not dispute that there are people who are sent to the mountains, there are people who are sent to the wilderness, there are people who are given instructions, there are people who go into the water and self-initiate. Those things are real, those things are true. So I'm not going to be a healer that says I do not respect abantu abangaphuzanga baliphalaza. It is not all our route. As an indigenous healer, as a sangoma, as a traditional healer, I went through initiation because that is what my journey needed. I needed to go to initiation, even though I was shown things in my dreams. I was shown things in my dreams that needed the assistance of a facilitator, which is a gobela, and my journey required that ngiliphuze, ngiliphalaze, ngibe inyanga ephelele. For those who need to self-initiate, if ever you've been in a consultation that says you need to self-initiate, how do we tell that someone has to self-initiate? if you come into a consultation, first of all, your bones will immediately indicate what kind of healer a person is. Now, the types of healers, you get a Vaporofita. Those are people that just work with water. In terms of indigenous healing, you get Ngaka. Ngaka, you get Ngaka Tsupia. Let's start with Ngaka Tsupia. Ngaka Tsupia is that self-initiating inyanga. Ngaka Tsupia is not somebody that will need ukugita, is not somebody that will sing. Ngaka Tsupia is somebody that will heal using divination, whatever resources that their ancestors have given them. You get different types of resources you can find. They give you nuts and they show you in a dream, these are nuts you are going to use to divine. This nut means that nut means that rotation means that formation means that, etc., etc. And they will also use medication in terms of healing, that is your herbs in terms of healing sechab. Ngaka Tsupia, the terminology comes from somebody who was known to be initiated by people that are no longer living, their ancestors. And this would happen in dream form. They could hear voices or they would see visions. These people could be sent to certain places to get herbs that they've seen in their dreams, or sent to certain places where the spirits would tell them, this is the meaning of this plant does that plant does that. When they are sleeping or awake, they are told how to divine. How we can tell that Ngaka Tsupia is in self-initiation is because they will tell you that I have these visions wherein I'm taught to do such and such. I know exactly what I need to get to divine. I know exactly what to put together in terms of healing a person that has A or B or C. That is Ngaka Tsupia that is going through initiation, meaning the start and end of the process will be done, controlled by their people, their ancestors, either through visions, through dreams, through voices, or them being sent to certain places. I hope we are clear there. Ngaka Tsupia is not somebody that is going to come in confused about where do I start. It's somebody that will tell you that I've been here, they've been teaching me this and this, there's a grandfather who comes and says this and that, and I know to do this and that. That person does not need to go into initiation because clearly their people have already undergone or started the process with them, and they will finish the process with them. Ngaka Tsupia is able also to be sent to certain people to say you need to get this budru, you need to get that medication, you need to get that. Meaning whatever assistance they need is also directed by their ancestry, which is not indicating a ntwaso. They can just say go to a certain healer, they need to give you this, or go to a certain place, they need to give you that, go to a certain place, a person, they need to give you such and such. You do get Ngaka Tsupias, guys, that have to twasa. And that is why I'm taking you through this process so that you know if it is that you've been told that you need to self-initiate Ngaka Tsupia, your family lineage is coming from people that used to self-initiate. You can't be a Ngaka Tsupia. You find that in terms of your visions, they are not coming through clearly. You find that they come and they stop. You find that they come but they are not giving you clear instructions on what to do. They are giving you iskwama, you don't see what's inside, they are not teaching you how to divine. It is very possible that a Ngaka Tsupia needs a gobela as well and needs to go into the Ntwaso process, because there are things in a person's lineage that can go and disturb a person's initiation. You get people that are family members that will mess with dark magic in terms of ukungcolisa imisamo yabantu, ngokuzama ukuthwebula, ngokuthakatha. Those things can create strongholds in the ancestral realm, meaning yes, your people were supposed to come and train you, but those processes are not coming through the way that they are supposed to. That time life is showing you flames. You are sick, you are losing money, you are losing opportunities, people don't like you, etc., etc. You know that you are supposed to be going through this process. Whenever you go and consult, they are telling you the same thing, that you bantu abadala bayakufuna, but you are stuck in the process in terms of getting instructions from them. What is important in this case, guys, is that a ngaka tsupia that is stuck, and you know you are stuck because your visions are showing you that you are stuck, is you need to then look for a facilitator, which is a kobela. You pasla your people and you tell them that I know that you have chosen this process for me, but I know that there are things that are holding you back as well from giving me the messages. There are things in this living realm as well that are stopping me from getting these messages from you. And so I'm asking that I get a facilitator. I'm asking that you assist me in finding someone who will be able to assist me with this process. What is important for Engaka Tsupia when looking for a facilitator is that they are looking for somebody that is without ego and somebody that understands the kind of healer they are and somebody that has a listening ear. Because Engaka Tsupia in Dwaso is somebody that will wake up with visions every day and tell you what it is that their ancestors are requiring them to do. And so it is a problem when Ngaka Tsupia is waking up with a vision and Kobela says, this is not how we do things in this institution. You need to go and you need to do what I'm telling you to do. Today we're doing medication. We are not doing such and such. But Ngaka Tsupia needs to wake up and tell Kobela what needs to be done, and that needs to be done. If it is that it can't be done immediately, then it's a process of them having to speak to the ancestors and explain to them why it cannot be done immediately, but it must be done. So there are people that are resisting Dwaso for the fact that they have been told that they are Ngakatsupias, but they themselves can see that there are obstacles in their way that are not allowing them to get to the end goal of which abantu babo bafuna ukusebenza. Their people only want the work carried out. And so getting a facilitator is an advantage for a Ngakatsupia. Getting the right facilitator or Gobela is an advantage for a Ngakatsupia, because there are things that we know we use as Gobelas that will drag the spirit from wherever it is. We know how to clean the spirit if it is that there's a complaint that there's an ancestor that is dirtied, is stuck in dirty water, is tired, is fatigued, is needing a healing process. A Gobela will know how to do those things. Once we can get your roses on par, then you are the ones that tell us what to do when it is that you wake up. That can cause an obstacle wherein you are alone and you know that there are certain things that should be taking place in terms of your dreams, your visions, and your journey in terms of this self-initiation. And that is how a Ngakatsupia will then need to go into initiation for the help of a facilitator that knows what to do when a Lozi is not on par, when a Lozi is lagging behind, when a Lozi is sick, when a Lozi is dirty. Because all of these things can pose a problem in terms of a person's self-initiation process. Here, it requires a person not to be stubborn because they feel as if they cannot be under the control of somebody else. The important thing is that Gobela and the Twasana is understanding that certain things need to be done, and they are done under the leadership of Ukobela, so that your people can take lead with the assistance of Ukobela. Then you get a Sangoma. Isangoma umuntu ohlolayo aphinda laphe with herbs. A Sangoma is someone who will divine and they will assist in healing with indigenous medication, which is your herbs. A Sangoma will go into initiation. A Sangoma is somebody who is singing, and a Sangoma is somebody okitai. Then you get Igedla. Igedla is somebody that will deal with only medications. And Gedlas can go under initiation, wherein idlozi legedla selimphakamela umuntu ngeenyawo. They need those rituals done for the person so that the spirit is working freely. Igedla that goes into initiation is somebody that will have the symptoms of Isangoma. They can have sickness, they can have dreams and visions, they can have turmoil in terms of finances, conflict in their personal, social, or work lives, etc., etc. Shuguthi lo moya uyahlupa, and there's certain things that can be done for that person in Dwaso to heal, to teach them the basics, and to liberate leli dlozi legedla that needs to do the work of healing through or administering medications through a herbal chemist. you do get amagedla that are shown mentors wherein they would follow the person and learn what it is that they need to do in that particular situation. This has very little to do with spirituality. When igedla finds a mentor, it is a day-to-day process in which they learn which mutis do what and which combinations work with what and what heals what. That is it. It does not have to do with any spiritual healing, with any rising of the ancestor or awakening of the ancestor, which is igedla, or anything like that. Then you find igedla, which is similar to ingakatsupia, that will be trained while they are sleeping in terms of herbal medication, how they administer it, how they uproot it, how they store it, etc., etc. Again, with this category, igedla ekumele ukuthi livuke lihambe liyohemba lithengise noma livule ikhemisi, umuntu ozokutshela vele ukuthi I sleep, I get what I need to get, they take me to the woods, they show me what it is that I need to go and uproot, how I store it, how I administer it, who I administer it to. Is not somebody that will not have these answers, not have these processes in terms of their visions and in terms of the instructions that they are being given, if it is they are being sent to a certain place to be able to learn about these herbal medications. So those are the different kinds of people that you find in our healing spheres. And umuntu kumele ukuthi azazi ukuthi umuntu onjani. If it is that you are going through this process, then it is very clear that you are to self-initiate. You are already self-initiating. If you've been told that you need to self-initiate, but you are not being given the processes in terms of these are your bones and this is how you will use them, these are the plants and this is how you will use them, you go to the river and you do A, B, C, D. You are not self-initiating. You need to then find assistance in terms of in terms of a gobela that will take you through the process. What is important when you know that you are a ngakatsupia is that you find a healer that understands what that means, being that it means that we work nedlozi esilithwasisayo ngawe ozothola ibonakaliso namaphupho atshela thina ukuthi kumele sikusize kanjani, nabo amadlozi wakho asizakale akhona ukuphakama asebenze ngale ndlela afuna ngayo. Isangoma umuntu ozozigulela ngaleyo ndlela agula ngayo. They can be healthy, but their finances are sick, their romantic lives, social lives, work lives are sick, or it is that through the visions, through the dreams, they are being shown that this is what they need to do, which means they need to initiate. They can dream of ukugida, drums, and all of that stuff. I'm not going into the symptoms because that is not what this video is about. This video is to help or assist people that have been told that they need to self-initiate and they are stuck because they are waiting on their ancestry. You can be stuck for your whole life and then you blame amadlozi ukuthi they are the ones not participating. Ganti kuneyibopho, there are strongholds nasedlozini that are not allowing the dlozi to come through and teach you the way that they are supposed to. In that case, that is when you find ingakatsupia having to twasa. It needs to be done so that idlozi liyenze njani likhule, likhona ukuzikhulumela, likhona ukukupha amehlo walo, likhona ukukupha amandla walo, la ozosebenza la wona lawo ozosebenza ngawo ukwelapha abantu. It is important that your ego is the last thing. You do the right thing for your dlozi, wherein you are understanding that, okay, I'm supposed to be at a certain level now, but I'm not getting there. My visions are getting stuck. There are things I do not understand. They are coming and then retreating, but yet I'm sick. My things are not going my way. And every time I go and consult, I'm being told that this is what I need to do, but I don't know how to kickstart it. Ngeke uzifundise ukwelapha idlozi. Idlozi mele lilashwe umuntu owaziyo ukuthi lilashwa kanjani, and then your dlozi can then take the driver's seat and tell us what to do. I do hope that this video was helpful. I will then start releasing videos on the different spirits and what they mean and what the initiations for those spirits mean. I've also been asked to do a video on signs and symptoms, and the only reason why I haven't done a video like that before was because we do not share the same signs and symbols, and because now we are pushing these general symptoms, that is what people look out for. But I will try and diversify the topic as much as possible so that even those without typical symptoms are able to understand that those symptoms count as well and what they should look out for. It was very good to see you again. I hope that this short topic has been a help to you and has given you direction. It was very good seeing you again. Nisale kahle bantwana bethongo.